What's going on, Sports Wars? This is Ryan with the RK Outpost and GeeksGamers.com, and in the woke mainstream sports media, the only standards that they have are clearly double standards. Because what Michael Wilbon has said about a player in the NBA, specifically Grayson Allen, if he had used this terminology, if he had used this word, and he had been white while describing a black player or black athlete, he would be buried right now. He would be front page news everywhere. But that's not the case because, again, the double standards. Michael Wilbon calls Grayson Allen a thug. How many times in the past decade have we heard white coaches, white media members, any white person who comments about an athlete and might call them a thug if they're black gets buried, gets destroyed because that word has racial connotations. That's offensive. You're not allowed to say that. But when Mike Wilbon says it, it's not a problem. When he uses the word to describe a white player in Grayson Allen, who, let's be real, a lot of people do think he's kind of a punk, that he's kind of a thug on the floor. I don't have any problem saying that because I'm not going to be held to some ridiculous standards like the mainstream sports media tries to hold people to. But I want you to hear what he said and just imagine, if you could, that the shoe was on the other foot, that Michael Wilbon was white and he was talking about a black player and the outrage that would ensue.
I'm told that this is the emotional thing that really helped galvanize this team, the Bulls, because they really.
And specifically what he's talking about, I'm a Chicago Bulls fan, is there was a game between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Chicago Bulls where one of the players for the Chicago Bulls went up, got fouled hard by Grayson Allen, ended up breaking his wrist, and Grayson Allen almost had like a smile on his face. A lot of people were really heated with Grayson Allen for that play. That's what he's talking about.
We have great respect for Caruso, even though it was less than one season. The way he plays, the way he prepares, what he stood for, what he's able to do unselfishly without a basketball in his hands. And you take a guy out like that, and Grayson Allen is a thug. Let's just be honest about it.
There it is. Grayson Allen is a thug. Let's just be honest about it. I'm pretty sure they played that again.
Not based on his NBA play, based on his reputation and the smirk after he knocked the guy out of midair. Grayson Allen is a thug. Let's just be honest about it.
If a white man had said that in current day woke mainstream sports media about a black player, it would be everywhere. It'd be covered in every single tabloid. CNN would be talking about it, everyone, and they'd want this person to be fired. And we saw that not that long ago. If you go over here to Outkick, Sam Amico did a good article. Michael Wilbon uses the T word to describe Grayson Allen and gets off scot-free. For those who missed it, Wilbon called Allen a thug. Alex Caruso, he had the fractured wrist. While Wilbon was referring to Allen's overly aggressive style and general punkish behavior, other men have been castigated for using that word. Specifically, John Beilein was absolutely buried by the mainstream media for telling his team they played like thugs in a private meeting. He swore he meant slugs, which in his defense actually made more sense, but it doesn't even matter if he said played like thugs. It's not some racially charged word like the media is trying to use it, which is why Michael Wilbon is able to use it here to describe Grayson Allen. Whether you agree of what he thinks about Grayson Allen or not, you cannot help but notice the ridiculous double standard that exists. But since Mike Wilbon's a black man talking about a white man, there's no problem there. We continue to see this, and we continue to see people fall away from mainstream sports media because of hypocrisy just like this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.